What's up, guys? It's the bros here. Lucky Draw Podcast, episode 39, with one special guest over there, Mr. Tyler Price.
How's it going, everyone?
All right. So, and it's kind of a special day for me. We're recording on the Marine Corps birthday, so that's why I've got my old Marine Corps hat and my shirt that's older than most of my kids and probably people watching this video. That's why it's kind of ripped on the side, but I can't let it go. It's one of my first skivvy shirts. But with that going on, we always start with our week in review. I know we had a pretty interesting week, but Tyler, we want to hear about your week. How was your week going?
Oh, my week was good. Thanks for asking. Again, it's good to see you, Tiger. It's good to see you, Sean, as well. Always a pleasure. But yeah, no, this weekend was good. I went in on a whim, and I was like, you know what? I want to play some Pokemon. And where one of the cups was near my grandparents. So I was like, I get to do both. So that's cool. Yeah. So I went down to Columbus, and thankfully a lot of people that I've met before or acquaintances or friends that were down there as well. There was a good turnout. I think it was almost like 30 people. So for a cup, that's not too bad. It's almost hitting the max that most cups can do. Granted, I did not do well. I hit a lot of variants, which is when I normally play Poltnor. And if you're not drawing right, or if you just don't draw anything, or if you just don't find a buddy poffin, you lose. That's normally how that goes. It's it's probably one of the best decks in the format, but it also can just be the worst, at when you have it in your hands. It's just 50-50. And that's very much how it went. I went 2-3, and the last game I was just like, you know what, it's whatever, I'm out. Like 2 losses and you're already out of cut, so you just stop caring. Well, it's 5 rounds, so like if you lose twice, it's done.
Well, a lot of the cups we've gone to, we've just been shy of the top 8, and there is a chance that someone could get in there if there's 8 of them, but a top 4, it's not going to happen.
No. There's such a slim chance. Something super minute has to happen, cataclysmic.
Yes.
But anyways, that was fun. Some of my other friends, to name drop them, Mike and Aaron, both made cut, and that was great for them. That was the first time ever making a top cut. So we were definitely cheering them on the sides. It's always fun when players of any kind of statute get to make top cut, because then it's very exhilarating, it's very fun, it's very rewarding. Even if you don't go all the way and finish, it's still like, hey, this was cool, I did that. And especially when you're learning and you finally have something to show for it. That's kind of like how Pittsburgh went for me. I was I've been playing this past year of starting, and I finally got my day 2 under my belt. But yeah, so anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent.
You good?
But yeah, so with the top 8 was really interesting. There was Hydrapple, there was a Poltzard, there was a Mega Lucario. No surprise, there was a Dango.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And what was the other thing? This is the surprising thing. There was 2 bolts, raging bolts. But one of them was not something anybody probably has ever seen. It's Joltik and Raging Bolt.
Oh, Boltik.
Very interesting.
Boltik, yeah.
Yeah, Boltik. Not many people have heard about it, but that was one of the decks. And then the other one, there was an interesting bolt list where it was the Mega Kangaskong. And there was also, I think they had Dark Energy, I think, in the deck. So they also had the Absol, which I found was interesting to run in a Bolt deck. But me and Tiger have a conversation that will probably add up later on what we think on Bolt going forward.
Yes, we
but
do.
Yeah. but that was the top 8, and I was like, this is so interesting. This is what a good day for Poltnor, and then I draw like I did, So it's just, I was like, okay.
That's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah. And then went to my grandparents, and everything was great in the world again. So.
Well, as always, we travel a lot, especially with us being in a new area. We definitely want to get around and see different shops and see, I don't want to say what they have to offer, but what kind of players are there? How populated are they? Do they have singles? Do they sell boxes? All that sort of thing whenever somebody moves or goes to a new area. We had a pretty interesting cup on Saturday. We actually were playing. I mean, Tiger, why don't you go ahead and start on it? How you were closest to making top, so you start with how you play, and I'll get to the interesting.
So I took Terrabox to the Cup, and I was 2-1-1. I hit Charizard in the final round to be able to go to cut, but I played 5 rounds. 5 rounds. I started a fan twice.
Yeah,
no Ultra Balls.
That's a typical like fan road experience.
Yeah, no Ultra Balls, no Nest Balls, no Ditto, no naturally starting it. There are 13 ways to start this fan rotom. 3 games did not see it, but that's besides the point. We still almost made cut without having a fan rotom. So hit the Charizard player, talking to him. He was another a Worlds competitor, Michael Bio, I think is what his name is. And he was like, "Oh, well, congrats on making it down to the area. I'm glad to have another headache when I go to fight people at Cups." So we had a little talk, banter, and whatnot. And then they tell who the top cut is. I go looking for some singles, and we hear people running through the mall yelling, "He's got a gun! Run! Get out! Shots fired!" And then all of a sudden, they close the gates and throw us in a back room and say, "Wait."
Yep. So that is exactly how it happens. I was actually up at the counter, and Tiger, like I said, he said was over there looking at singles, and there was a kid that just came running down. I'm like, what's going on? And then a bunch of people running down the store, like outside the gate where the mall store opens. And I'm just like, all right. They start corralling people in the back. At first, we hear there's a teenager in the food court with a gun. I didn't hear any shots. I mean, and I'm been in the Marine Corps, been around a lot of weapons. I did not hear a weapon fired. But either way, we were huddled in the back room 20, 30 minutes. The tournament, had to be paused. We were in the last round. Carly was still playing her match, and pretty much had to stop it right there. It was right before top cut. Fast forward a little bit, we did find out that there were shots fired outside of the mall, and then they ran into the mall, which makes more sense on why they cordoned everything in the mall off. I mean, the whole mall was surrounded in cop cars. Every store had to close, and that's technically why we weren't allowed to leave the store, because they weren't sure where the assailant was. It makes more sense now that we have the after story, because at first I'm like, if there was shots fired in the food court, wouldn't they have already got the guy? If he was brandishing a gun, wouldn't they have already seen him and apprehended him? Can't we go? But it makes more sense now that there was 6 shots fired outside. They ran into the mall, and that was their way to secure everybody, lock them, lock your stores, get everybody in a safe place. We did get out safe. Nobody that we know was hurt, that we know of. The tournament continued. I don't know who won because we decided to dip out after that. I think most people would. But yeah, go ahead, Tiger.
When it was happening, I was dumbfounded for a minute. I mean, I grew up in a slightly bad area. Sean grew up in a bad area. I've lived in worse places. So, that stuff didn't really bother us as much. But I tell you what, there was one dad who had a half-naked child on his one shoulder and dragging the other one through the hallway because he was running to get outside. Mm-hmm. He literally, I almost did not believe it, but I guess he was in the bathroom with the kid or something.
Probably, yeah.
And he straight up just threw a half-naked child over his shoulder and was dragging the other one running through the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do what you got to do to get out, protect those little babies,
Some people in the back room, I could see they were not used to this sort of situation.
Ever.
One girl had a Monster can, and you could literally visibly see it shaking.
I mean,
wasn't sure.
That's expected,
Right.
something like that. When you're at a place where you feel safe and you're there to, play in a hobby and contribute with your friends, you're not expecting these things. So then once it happens, it's you can't blame anyone for experience. It's oh man, this is actually real life. Real life is outside those doors and it's happening right now. My body does not have a moment to process. Oh man, that's terrifying. And I'm sorry that you guys went through that. Obviously,
we were fine.
Even though you guys have been through the situations,
yes.
It's it doesn't, take away from the, the moment. And that's just scary.
Yeah, and the judge there was, really consoling all the players, like, hey, sorry guys. I guess this is the second time it's happened in the Charleston area.
Yeah, this is a reoccurring event.
So she was Crystal was very reassuring, like just trying to make sure everybody was safe, and she did a great job doing it. The store staff did too, so applaud to them and everything. Everybody was safe and sound. They did the right thing and pushed everybody back, even though there was one guy that really just wanted to go. I was one of them too. I was gonna be like, hey, can I just go sit out there? I don't want to be right in this area. But as me and Tiger talked, they couldn't really let anybody out, and after getting the full story, it makes sense on why they couldn't let anybody go anywhere.
It's safer for you guys to just stay in rather than let everyone disperse
Yeah.
Oh man.
But crazy shooting drama aside,
yes.
Let's get back to the main episode.
So as always, whenever we have a guest, Tiger has some questions for him. We're going to go ahead and shoot off there. So Tyler, hope you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. I don't know why we're both doing finger guns. But...
I hate finger guns, the double finger guns.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
You're right. No, that's literally it. It's like I'm just fidgeting, and it's like, oh, finger guns.
Oh, if you watch all the videos, you can go by and see me doing the same thing too.
Yeah.
Sean's ADHD just goes to his hands. He's just washing his hands 24/7.
Always. Oh, and that's with pens.
Exactly.
Go ahead with your interview questions, boss.
All right. Question number 1. When did you start playing?
So we are almost up to 2 years. So I actually started last year playing, and it's been a blast. I grew up, with the games, just playing on my little advanced or Nintendo DS Advance or whatever, or Advance SP. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
And whenever my mom would come in, every kid has had this experience. Mom comes in, oh shoot, flip the lid, put it on the. Fall asleep, right? It's like every kid has done that has had a little miniature DS. But yeah, loved playing Pokemon. Anytime I could get, I wanted to play it. And especially when I shouldn't have and should be going to bed for school in the morning, it consumed a lot of our lives, and it's been that way ever since. But yeah, I'd never thought about actually playing the Pokemon game trading card game competitively until last year. I hadn't touched the card since I was a kid. And one of my buddies, he was like, hey, let's get into some card games. I'd love to, just play card games with you. So we started with Magic, and did Commander. And that one was really hard to just kind of manage because Commander is a 4-player game, and just to manage a pod consistently is really tough, especially when you're an adult. So that kind of stopped. But then he was like, oh, hey, let's try Pokemon. Because there's some locals here that we could really go out and compete and just play locally every week. So we started doing that. And then that branched off to going to challenges and going to cups. And anybody that knows me, when I started out, I liked playing jank decks. I liked building jank decks. And my first cup, I top cutted. I was playing a deck that revolved around Claydol. And it's from the Lost Origin one. No. The Lost Origin one. The one that could accelerate energy from the discard if you had no supporters in your deck.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I do.
So I was playing that, and I was pairing it with Raging Bolt. So no Teal Mask, only Claydols and Raging Bolt. And there was a Stone Journer in there that was a single prize attacker that did the same thing. If you have no supporters in your discard, you could it did 270 damage or something. But it was a major cook. But everybody that I played was confused. What do we do here? What happens? I get Raging Bolt is here, but what does this ball toy do? And then I would go Hyper Aroma, Claydol, accelerate 3 energies onto my board, attach energy, Lucky Sticker. Here's 350 damage. And they're they didn't have time to process. They're this doesn't make sense. What do I do here? So it's I love that. Yeah. And then, so the next deck I built was a Mousehold deck. Love my Mousehold deck. Sharon's Care, Mousehold, attack, put damage on. It's great. I might bring it back at some point. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, yeah. So I was oh, this is so fun. I top cutted my first, cup. Let's keep doing this. And that just fueled the competitive fire in me and has made me continue to do it now. And yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. I love going to all these regionals, seeing. I'm a very sociable guy, and I love like seeing and meeting new people, and these regionals are great for it. Like Tiger and I have seen each other like across multiple, events, whether it's, coming to me where it's the Full Grip 3K or at regionals or at Rose or like just any store. I feel that I've gone. Tiger just ends up being there, It's like, and it's like things like that. Yeah, he just appears, and it's like things like that where it's like you are gonna find those people that you will randomly come across and just be friends with, And like I will never not be in support of like the Pokemon, trading card game community as a whole. Like it's so great. Everybody I've met is either like super wholesome or just very like supportive. I just love it. I love nerds.
Yeah, I think the first time we met was at the Rose 5K, right?
Yep.
I was playing Turtlezard, and he was playing Poltzard, I think.
Yep. Yeah, Yep.
And he was like, I respect the decision of what you're playing. Couldn't be me, though.
Because I think you were running with the Terrapagos with it, right?
Yeah, I was playing the Terrapagos Noctowl Zard. Because I was I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to play, and that one was like the most explosive Zard of that format, and that's what we took up there. And
unless you looked at my list, there's Zard in there.
Yeah, Poltzard isn't very explosive though. It's a deck though.
Yeah, I will say, like, maybe not explosiveness, but like overall sheer power. At the time, I feel like Poltzard was just absolutely tearing apart. Now, I had like a few variations of it that I loved. Like that event, I ended up getting top 4 with it. I think that was that event, or it was the other one. I can't remember. It was one of the Rose 5Ks. But we'll just go on the Poltzard and we'll just act like this was the top 4. Okay. But I was running the Rabska. I thought that was really good because Holt and Wellspring and all of these other things that care about like
setting it up early,
effects of attacks, damage. Yep. It's like if you face a Dragapult, unless they prioritize counter catching or bossing up the Rabska, you don't got to do anything because they can't put damage counters on you. So it was like, it was great. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to take away from you, Tiger.
You're good, man. No, this is what this episode is. It's like 60% about you anyway, so it's all good. All right, so next, we're gonna simplify some more of the next questions.
Perfect.
Favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, so I don't think this is a hard question at all for anybody that knows me. It definitely isn't staring behind my shoulder. Not this shoulder. This one, I have my special friends that I have taken to almost every event of recent now. This little guy has its Mardi Gras beads from NAIC, which was great. And then it is Senor Badu. This one goes with me to every event. And the hat is from a local. Elena Edgar, you're great. Thank you for crocheting that. That's been sweet. But yeah, it's my favorite Pokemon is either Badu or actually Swampert.
Okay. I did not know the Swampert part. I did know the Badu.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Badu.
So the last question we're gonna hit with, just so we make sure we can get through everything. What is the favorite deck that you have played since you've started? Like out of any format, what's your favorite deck you've played?
This is easy too. This is right here. It is definitely Lost Zone or like Lost Box.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that Lost Box was a box style deck. You could put in whatever you wanted and it would probably be cohesive. Like I love that there was Iron Hands, Iron Leaves, all of these different attackers, but they all did the same thing because you were all worried about the comfy, now I'm going to forget.
Flower Select.
Yeah, Flower Select. Thank you. And you're just drawing. Cool. Colress, cool. Mirage Gate, cool. So anyways, turn 2 attack, Iron Hands, Ampy very much. Yeah. And they're like, okay, I didn't even have a second to set up my Dracloak, and it's just the sheer power of that deck was so nice. And then at the same time, like Reggie Gigas was used, Iron Hands was used.
So you like the older iteration, like, because that's when you say Lost Box, we've got Giratina, we've got Kyogre, we've got Turbo, we've got Paradox Box.
You did ask. Since I started playing.
Yeah. So that was the thing. I need to know which iteration you. Yes. Because you said you played during.
Lost Box Pikachu.
Lost Pikachu.
Lost Box Pikachu. Yeah. That one I liked because it was more. Yeah, it was more wall stally kind of, but also had like the 300 gate power that you could just like. It was. Oh, I loved it. But yeah, the Giratina, I was unfortunately not like. I mean, it was around. It hadn't rotated yet. But, like, it wasn't there for me to experiment with because, like, the better versions of the Lost Zone were just coming in. But, yeah, that's definitely my favorite. It's been the
for
most
anybody
fun.
who is also newer, the Lost Zone engine, this was the second time Lost Zone has been in our formats, as in, like, an actual major role. We've had Lost Zone pieces multiple times. And if you did not play during that time, the flower selecting that he was talking about kind of works like the recon directive that we have on Dracloak, but it has to be in the active, and it looks at one, and instead looks at two, put one in your hand, and one goes to a separate zone called the Lost Zone, which is kind of like Exiled if you've played other games. You just cannot play it at all. And instead of like recon, you're like, all right, well, I'm going to put one down for later and get it. It's just no. If you've got between an energy and a supporter, and you play a one of energy like some of these Terra boxes do, and you throw that one of energy, you're not using that attacker anymore. So
it doesn't exist anymore.
It was a very high skill level to play correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
definitely not.
It was very punishing. It's very punishing.
I think I played it one time and won, and I still don't know how I won. Like, quite literally, still have no idea how I won.
All right, and then last question for you is, what's your goal for
2026?
This season?
Okay. So I definitely want to make it out to more cups and challenges and regionals this coming season. I've made Pittsburgh and Milwaukee this year. Pittsburgh I day 2'd. Milwaukee was a whole thing and just bombed out. We don't have to go into it. It could be a different day, but but yeah, definitely making more of those. I do want to go for my Worlds invite. I'm currently sitting at 200 and something points, so not too bad for the first start of the year. Especially, I think we're still in quarter 1. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are we in quarter 2 now?
We're about halfway through 2.
Yeah, 2. One's already finished. We're halfway through 2.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, not bad for half of the quarter or year. Good night. It's getting late. I've been driving all day. But yeah, I definitely want to get Cups finished, challenges finished, better placements at regionals. The big goal is I want to top 32, at least one event this year. Whether I don't get my regional or my invite or not, I want to at least get on the graphic of some sort. You know what I mean?
He wants the cash.
Yeah, give me that money. No, it's actually not even that. I'm such a person like, it's like, oh hey, give me first, or like give me like top 32. Like I don't care about the money. Like I'll maybe try and donate it in some way if I can. Like I just want to be up there. I want to be like. I want my name to be on somewhere.
Almost like your name etched in stone type deal. Like,
exactly. It's like I did that. All my practice went to here. I want it to be like chiseled onto somewhere.
And that info doesn't go anywhere. Like even 10 years down the road, you'll be able to who knows where Pokemon is then, but you'll be able to look see, hey, I was right here. I got top 32 at this location.
5 years from now, I could be like, hey, see, this time in 2026, I was not washed. You can say about me now, but back then, I was not washed.
Yeah, that's the feeling of this season. Like, I don't know if you're having the problem, but like a lot of us in the bros at the moment are having the decks aren't feeling super fun, and everything just feels wrong because whatever deck you pick up, you end up just losing to everything else because everything is so good, which makes everything so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah, and this is kind of like my argument earlier for like the cup and stuff. Dragapult is probably the best deck in the format. I don't think anybody can really like argue that other than like Dango and Guardy, sure.
Yeah.
But as far as just like beating most rogue decks that also just like feel really good right now, Dragapult beats those, right? But when it just came down to it, it's like you need to draw well. And if you're not drawing well, you just lose.
Yep.
But and like how this cup went for me, it's like, oh man, like I'm not drawing well. Like I need to just, I guess maybe pick another deck. And so when me and Christina were playing, waiting for Mike and Aaron to play Top Cut, I'm trying her Raging Bolt, and she's playing my Dango deck. And I'm like, man, this just feels so much better than like, you know, Dragapult right now, because it's like I don't have to worry about that. Like if you know like how to take prizes and take prize advantage and take like the what's the word, percentages, and just say what are the odds that this opponent can get out of this like mess that I put them in the prize race, you're already winning the game. Like, and that's exactly what happened. Like with two turbo decks, it's like how do you present your board state to the opponent? You know, if you're just like, oh cool, I found Dango, I'm gonna put it inactive and then evolve up against the Bolt, and you don't have a confirmed attack, you kind of just gave your opponent the win. Because it's
I've had to work on that specific thing so much that now it bleeds into the other decks I play. Like, do I evolve now? Like, do I really need to?
And it has to.
Is that has to happen?
You have to always think like that. Yeah.
For those at home listening in, this is called prize mapping.
Yes. Yes, prize mapping is like one of the most important things of the game. It's like it's also like one of the most important thing that Dragapult does is control the prize map. That's why the Dusknors are in there. It's like, oh, I have 3 counter catchers, but we have the same prizing. How do I get around that? Pop a Duskull or Dusclops, counter catcher, take 4 prizes. You have 2 prizes left. If you're playing a turbo deck, like let's say we're up against Raging Bolt, guess what? If they knock out my Dragapult, all I need is a Nest Ball and an energy, and I win the game. Because then you go for the Blood Moon. It's like that's how you have to think like 3 steps ahead.
Yeah, no, agreed. And
that is the Dragapult is the notorious for can I win in 2 attacks?
Yeah. It's essentially it. It's like, do I go 3-3 or 4-2? Most of the time, you're not like some of these decks or some of these decks that are up right now, where it's like Goldango, who prioritize the Moon Rocks, where you're like, oh, I can just boss around and take the Dreepy with energy and hit him with my Soul Rock. That's actually not a bad idea. It puts the Dragapult player down like a turn. But you can't really successfully do that with like Dragapult.
Right.
Like you have to think about it, otherwise your counter catchers are dead. So it's a lot of just like mental thinking and prize mapping, and yeah, we don't have to get into how to play the game.
Those are the same things we've talked about in the past. I mean, it's listening to his coaching sessions and working with kids on my level and getting them to where they go to the next level from being a judge. Like, that's just part of the game. That's learning the game from, oh, I play Pokemon and I put these down and I attack, to like, exactly. I probably shouldn't do that because I can find this and this person already got rid of that. It's a long story. I'm sure that's a lot of people out there know what we're talking about.
But to answer your question more specifically, it's like, yeah, everything's felt so weird to me right now. So when I played her deck, I was like, I should have just played Dango today, because like everything is so unga bunga right now. There's no like real like control like aspect to it.
If you can get so far ahead and it not ruin your board state, it just feels too good.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've taken 4 prizes already, and you have done nothing to set up your board state. I guess if you just do get set up, I just win now. Like, and that's very much how it felt, or it has been feeling. Which is not great. It's not a great feeling, especially in a best of 1. A best of 3 format, I'll take Dragapult all day because it's like variance is like it's less variance. But best of one, I'm taking Unga Bunga decks. I think I'm just gonna take Dango and be like, cool. I got a Lunatone, I got a Soul Rock, I got a Gimme Ghoul. Cool. What are we gonna do about it?
Piggybacking off of that brings us into our next topic, because I know we're gonna have a good bit of time on another topic. Yeah. But Vegas this weekend, bright lights, Pokemon. Everybody I know is gonna be there. Like Tyler said, I mean, pretty sure that it's at 4,700, and they had more slots open. So I don't know if that pushed it to the 5 mark. I doubt it. It depends on in all the little divisions.
It's going to be high. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's up there.
It's as big as an IC. It's bigger than LAIC is going to be.
Yeah. So we were talking about the decks not being fun. Unga Bunga, Dragapult being up there. We know Guardy's up there too. Top 5. So do we think we can come to what we can consensus as the top 5? I think it'd be a good topic.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take first on this one, and then Tyler,
you got it.
Tell me where you think or what you would change. Top 5 in no specific order: Dango, Guardy, Pult, Charizard, Absol?
Okay. So I obviously agree with some of those. Okay. I don't think that Absol is going to be up there. There might be one that sneaks into cut or like top 16 or something, but I don't think it's going to be a majority spread of top 5. I think that...
Okay, I guess that might be where the difference is. I was thinking top 5 best choices, not most played.
Okay.
Yeah, I should probably clarify that one.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking of like top 5 percentages.
If we want to do that one, I'll change it a little bit. I'll go with Guardy, Pult, Dango, Ceruledge, and Grimmsnarl.
Okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate. Excuse me. I don't hate the choice of the Ceruledge, especially since Azul just got off of that high with the Tournament of Doom. Everybody's gonna be on it. Mm-hmm. Do I think it's great? No, I do not. I don't think it's the play
playing.
For
it's my Swordmaster.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing.
I love Ceruledge. I love the guy as a Pokemon. As like a deck in this current format, I don't agree. Some would say, "Oh, well, you're a fire deck. You're going to win Dango." You lose to Dango. Like, yes. I'll touch on that because you don't have to evolve your Dangos. As soon as you put up a Ceruledge, like, you could just knock it up. I guess. Okay, let me rephrase. It is like it's a 50-50. Like both have their like their moments of, oh, like this is just super unfavored or this is favored for me. Like Ceruledge's main thing that like keeps him in the game or even in this conversation is Briar. If you don't have a Briar play, you are just losing the matchup.
Yes, and there's the combination of Briar plus Legacy or just Overrun, because that's the big decision right now is, are we choosing to have a better Unga Bunga matchup, or are we having a better big Pokemon matchup?
That's where the whole Drillbur, exactly. we were playing I was playing Drillbur Legacy, and I really liked it. Won me matches against another Ceruledge because of the Legacy.
I will say, if you're playing Ceruledge, you should not count out the fact that you should be playing Drillbur. You should be playing Drillbur.
Yeah, so we're doing Blender at the moment, so we don't need Drillbur and Blender.
Yeah, I would agree though. The Legacy energy is probably better right now though, and I was watching Chip's and Azul's stream where Chip was saying that Drillbur is bad. I would agree with Azul. Drillbur is good. Then you don't need to run the Brilliant Blender. By the time that you're like shuffling through and getting rid of the cards in your deck, you've probably already gotten rid of enough cards that you don't need the Blender anymore. So then by that time, like one Ultra Ball just gets you Drillbur to just chuck however many cards it is.
Doesn't this sound like what I was saying the other day? We literally, I don't mean to interrupt. We literally
you're
had
good.
This conversation. So like this is one topic that I actually do feel I know a lot of, because Ceruledge is right now my running list for LAIC. I'm playing, not judging, because I didn't get in the judge,
which is
nice. So I'm gonna play. Ceruledge right now is my running top. I've been playing the crap out of it. I like how fast it is. Kind of reminds me of Dango a little bit because you can get big numbers really fast. I was on the Drillbur Legacy hardcore, like even just saying no blender. After switching to the blender, there's much more opportunity to get. I was able to knock a Kangaskhan out on turn 2 the other day.
Without the blender.
With the blender, without the Drillbur, because I was able to get a good churn the first turn, find blender, use it, and just I had a massive amount of energies in the discard.
Now we will agree that you probably lose unless you can guarantee the Briar play. You lose to the mirror match playing Legacy.
Yes, we I can agree with that. I've played it so many times, and I think I've lost every single time it's been the Legacy energy.
But the Charizards, the Hero Cape decks, the Absols, the Dragapults, if from just running numbers, the average Pokemon that's in the top 5 decks have over 300 HP. So if you take more than 3 turns and to get to 330, you lose the game.
You're losing, exactly. And I actually agree with all that. I just am not a firm Ceruledge as a deck right now.
Which is good. I can agree with that.
I think maybe if not this next format, I think this next format, I think it actually could see a bigger pop. So like Toronto, I could actually see a pop in Toronto. Like a huge because we can get into that. So we're still on the top 5 percentage.
Let's finish our top 5 first. Yeah. Ohio's biggest yapper, guys.
I'm out here yapping.
Out here yapping.
But yeah, top 5 percentages. I would say Bolt is absolutely in there. Guardy is going to be in there. I've already seen some decks circulating that they're going to be played. They're actually a lot of them are switching off of the Frillish builds. And they're not playing them at all.
They're going back to the Oko style with the Drifloon and a Mega Guardy.
Which I think actually opens up a bigger spot for Charizard to exist.
Hey, he likes to hear that.
Which is good and also can be bad. Because you're not relying on the Devo play anymore. Which that's where a lot of like the Gardevoir struggled with is because they're only out in Charizard was the Devo play. And if you can't get that reliably set up, then you just lose. But with Drifloom, Diancie, or maybe not Diancie, Mega Gardevoir, Screamtail, like all of these, big hitters, you don't have to worry about the
Mew
the
is even in talks
there. Yep. Like you genuinely can just punch into it, Iono, and hope they have nothing off a quick search if they didn't get one or whatever. So it's like this one is good and bad.
People who say that just because Charizard is like a 75-25 in a Guardy just haven't hit good Guardy players.
I was gonna say, like, you're gonna hit a good Guardy player and immediately be like, maybe this isn't 75-25.
Yeah.
You're like, why am I losing? Because their whole argument is typing. They're like, oh, well, I'm a dark type. I win against Guardy. And they're like, so anyways, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and make sure that you don't play the game. Iono, boom, boom, boom. And they're like,
yeah. Big lizard swing hard. I win, right?
Yeah, bro had the Henry Chow metaphor. Why am I losing to this?
Yeah. That is from being a Charizard player as wholeheartedly and been playing a lot of Gardevoir recently. For those who don't understand why, like Tyler was saying, Drifloon can hit 300 with a Charm. Monkey Dory can move over 30. That's 330. That's a big lizard. 300 naturally is just a Pidgeot because it only has 280. At 3 prizes taken, Mew EX copies Charizard for 270. Guess what Double Monkey does? Another 60. 270 plus 60 is 330. And then to round off the whole game, you can either chase down another Charizard because they turn around and KO your Mew, and then you go like, okay, cool, we're both at 1 prize card. Mew again, Mega Guardy, or use the Drifloon again, And
or Screamtail.
yes, and
Screamtail.
you can
Even easier.
Screamtail the Fez because they're going to have to put it down because you chase the Pidgeot. At least one of those 3 KOs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
And
it's
it's like-
not as cookie cutter as people wanted to believe.
No, it's definitely not as easy either. Like if you're in this like weird 3 prize race, and you don't have an option to take 3 prizes, then you probably are just losing because you're getting Iono'd that turn as soon as they
100%.
take out that Charizard. And
Well,
you
then
need so many pieces to come back. You need so many.
So we can agree Guardian Pult is 1 and 2. What do you guys
Yes.
call 5 is 3?
Oh, no. Third is an absolute guarantee. Dango Rocks. Dango Rocks is going to be up there. I would argue that was probably going to be the main meta share with as many people as there is, with how good the deck is, and how, like I said, just how many people are going to be there. Dango Rocks is probably going to be just. I mean, that's what. If I was going to Vegas, that's what I would be taking. It's the best deck right now. It's got a bunch of like good matchups per se. It's that's just what I would be taking. Aside from just like
that
max,
it's probably one of the best decks. Sean
yes,
and I are
max
on
consistency.
Yeah.
the ride of. Well, I've instilled this into Sean more now that I hate mirror matches. I hate coin flipping a mirror match, and that's why I do not like to play the most popular deck at an event.
You're gonna hit that either way. I would argue that, or I would honestly rather play the mirror than just pick an auto loss. You know what I mean? So if I'm playing Raging Bolt, I'm losing to Guardy. You know what I mean? I'd prefer have a fighting shot with everything and like know the mirror better than somebody else.
I mean, I 100% respect that decision, and I agree with that decision. I just personally would rather deal with an auto loss and know what I want to hit and just work my way through it than to hit, like, it was before your time, the Prime Lugia era. Prime Lugia had 45% meta share at 3 regionals in a row. Do you know how many mirrors that is? And that was all based on a coin flip.
That's every match.
Yes, you had a 50-50 chance of hitting a Lugia every round.
Yeah.
So like,
I remember when my first regional, I hit Lugias, and I was like, well, I also hit 4 of them. You know? And I was like, this is a terrible matchup for my deck. I was playing Greninja.
yeah.
All right, so what sits on number 4 then, guys? What do
Number
we think?
I'm going to say
4.
Charizard.
Zard? What do
I
you
honestly,
say, Zard?
I don't hate the Zard take as well. I also think Chiyu is a really good card right now.
Thank you. Chiyu is better than Ho-Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't understand who thought Ho-Oh was the right play.
Well, so I can understand the Ho-Oh. If you're scared of Crustle, if you're scared of no knockout Dangos, which they're going to try and take knockouts regardless.
They have to, because if not, you blow up and take it anyway.
Yeah, and you can just do the Ho-Oh with it anyways. But I guess a lot of them were afraid of Crustle. But you could, depending on the Charizard build. If you're playing Dusk or like Ghost Zard, like Chiyu is just like the best card ever. It's like I don't know. Maybe I don't understand like you, but I think Chiyu is just one of the best like single prize attackers right now.
100%.
And I'm gonna die on that hill. So I do think Charizard is probably gonna be locked in at my fourth place. Top decks. The 5th one is actually gonna be the hardest.
Mm-hmm. There's a handful that can take that spot.
Yes, anyone can flip on a dime. I do like playing Absol. I don't think it's gonna be the top 5 spot. Just because it's a large event, and if you think of like NAIC and how many people were there, I'm going to say it's probably going to be something simpler. I actually want to say it's going to be Raging Bolt. It's going to be a top 5.
Okay. What do you think? Top 5. What do you have falling into that 5 spot? And we always do a dark horse too, so there's still gonna be room for a dark horse. So.
I would put one of the Terra box style, whether it's Eevee or Terra traditional or Grimstar, was who I had. until we get to the secret sauce of the Raging Bolt phenomenon.
I don't know. It's going around.
I don't know if it's quite ready for Owl Bolt. Is still going to be the most played because no Owl Bolt for now is just bad.
Yeah, I'm a bird believer. That's me.
Believer.
Granted,
Like
did I play with Turbo Bolt list while I was doing some testing this weekend? Did I like it? Yes. Do I think it's better in most situations? Not so much. I like my Noctowls a lot. Searching for 2 trainer cards if you have Terror. That's broken.
I think it is.
That's why there's so many variations of like these Noctowl decks that have opened up. Like it's just it's insane. It's like old Inteleon.
Yeah.
But like one.
That is it. So which one do you think is the 5th? If you had to pick one, do you think you said 2?
If I had to pick
one to fall in that 5 spot. We got his 5 spot.
I'm gonna say Grimmsnarl.
All right.
Because people think it has a good Guardy, Polt, and Zard matchup.
Alrighty.
Which one did you say? I missed that.
Grimmsnarl.
Grim. Okay. Yeah.
So Dark Horse, guys. What do you think about that?
My Dark Horse would actually be, like he said, like a Terra box, but not like the traditional Terra box. I'm thinking something with like Mega Kangaskong or Mega Mawile, something like that. Like Pikachu, Mega Mawile.
So, what is it? Like there was a dude that got top 32 with a no owls Terra box that played like 4 Crispins and a bunch of E-switches. It had everything. It was like Ogre box with a couple extra attackers.
Okay.
And it had the Mawile in it, and it had the Kangaskhan in it.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see something like that working. Most of the time, like now, in those type of decks, like you do rely heavy on like the Terras, and you would like the birds to be in it, but sometimes they could be such a liability.
Correct.
And where if you just go with like a Mew or double Crispin or something that accelerates itself to where like you could just go install for a turn with Wellspring, you're set up. You have like the Mew, you have the Wellspring, you have the Crispin in hand, you're attacking next turn. You don't need the Terra if you just maximize everything. Like 4 Crispins, 4 Ionos, 4 Lilies, just max everything. You don't need a Terra. Now the late game kind of sucks.
If you don't have that search, you can't find exactly what you're looking for. You're stuck on. Hopefully you had it, or you still have it.
Okay, so I went and found the list that I was just talking about. I guess this one didn't have them all like I thought it was. It is Ogre Pawns. It's 3 Teal Mask, 2 Water Pawn, a Pikachu, an Iron Hands, a Clefairy, a Mew, then your static support Pokemon. But it plays a Pecharunt to get around retreat locks.
Pecharunt is like by far one of the best cards this format. Like without a doubt, it is a great attacker. It's a great switch out option that just does it for free. That's my guy this format.
The spicy attacker in the list is the Surging Sparks Passimian. He is
I did see this. Yeah.
Yeah, a 110 HP single prize Pokemon for 1 fighting, 1 colorless, does 20 damage for each of your basic Pokemon in play. And the reason why this can go into the Ogre box versus a Terra box is because Owls won't trigger the damage output. But with 8 basics, you can one-shot a Kangaskhan with this single prize Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of scary. I think that's, 360 damage?
That will be 360 because... No, it'll be 320. Because it'll be 8 times 2, which is 160 times 2 is 320.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was 20 or 30.
Yeah.
But either way, that's still incredibly scary because of the fighting weakness. Ugh. But yeah, something like that, like Terra Boxy, Joltik Boxy version.
Okay. Yes.
I think Joltik Box could have a resurface.
Let's say, do you have a separate dark horse you want to put in?
I honestly think Joltango could be a good play.
Oof.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up because I've been like thinking of picking this up recently because the meta share on like these, or not meta share, the percentages on Joltango and like matchups and everything for this current format and what's been doing good, Joltango is really good into those.
Right, like you have a good Guardy matchup, you have a good Pulp matchup, you've got a good Grimsnarl matchup. You're if you can amp to take the first two prizes, you trade fair enough into Charizard. You win Sorrel-Edge because you got the amp off, and you have the Pikachu to trade it as well. In theory, some type of Joltik deck seems really good right now.
Yes,
I went
I would
a
agree.
little further and put Kangaskhan and Mawile into my regular Joltik box to just give it more draw power, and it's felt just the same. So like Joltik or Joltango, either one I would put as like a really good dark horse.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Got that down. And actually, that's a good way to lead us into our next conversation. We were talking about this before we started recording. Was Tiger's new bolt list that we've been working on.
All right.
Like I said, more than he's been working on. I played it and got beat by it, but there was or lost because I didn't play it right. But Tiger, why don't you go ahead and tell him about it?
I'm not the only person that's been working on this, but like this is the list that I posted. It's Raging Bolt, no owls. But didn't you just say no owls are bad? You're right, I did. But we're playing Soul Rock and Lunatone in it. We're up the counting of fire energy, fighting energies. Gives us some more stable draw power, and has single prize attackers. It's the same thing Sorrel-Edge is doing, Dango's doing, like all these little decks that can just be like, all right, we're gonna shove a Soul Rock and Lunatone, and now we're better. I took the concept and I was like, cool, we're gonna do the same thing. We've got a Kangaskhan in there. I did share a list on Twitter. It has been changed by one card. We took an Ultra Ball and added a Kangaskhan. If anybody wants to quote me on that after seeing this. But that is just because, like, Kangaskhan, so in theory, after you get your setup, is something gets KO'd, you promote Kangaskhan, +2. Soul Rock, or Lunatone, +3. Fez, +3. And Sada, +3. You plus your top deck, that is 3, 6, 9, 12 cards by playing one supporter, and you have 3 pieces of one board draw.
And that's not counting the things that you play after drawing those cards that further thin or further fine what you need. This man's had a Goldango hand over here as we've been playing. Like, literally, I'm like, well, you have to have it. There's, like, no way you don't have it because unless it's prized.
That's also not including any teal dances that you do there.
Yeah.
With 2 teal dances, you can up your draw power all the way up to 14 cards in one turn with playing a draw 3 supporter.
And this is what I was gonna say. Well, I guess what we were saying off the camera is this deck has bones. Like, I like the fact that a lot of these decks are taking for the Mega Evolution set the Lunatone and the Soul Rock. I think it's such a good combo. Like, draw and attackers. 2-card combo, you just need a fighting energy. Most scenarios you need 2 fighting energy because the attack and then the discard. But most scenarios, especially including in this, you just need 1 fighting. And then Bolt wants to discard that energy into the discard anyways, because then what does that happen if energy's in the discard? You can Sada and draw 3 more cards. So with those 4 cards, you can draw 6 cards, you know? And it's very good combo. I like that. But the thing about like Sorrel-Edge and Dango right now that I don't agree with the Soul Rock Lunatone list is they don't have a great mid game to late game. They are like they only are they're looking for just like draw power, right? But Bolt actually is incentivized by discarding all of these energy cards and drawing to get to the bottom of your deck, so the probability of you finding the cards that you need are better, right? Dango does this well because like they do the same thing, that this card, with your SER, I guess I shouldn't pronunciate better. Superior energy retrievals. Just each turn taking a knockout, superior energy retrieval. You're just filtering out. But Bolt, you're drawing and you're discarding and getting through the deck before they can even like respond.
Mm-hmm.
But Tiger, there was another spicy card in there that you could also use the fighting energy that gets discarded from the rocks, right?
Yes, it's a.
We
were talking about that, Tyler. What cool card that got brought back in this list that we don't see in Raging Bolt very often?
So yeah, this, when it first came out, I did see one person play this, but it objectively is not a great card, or was not a great card at the time. Arguably, me and Tiger may have maybe this isn't still great, but I can see its merit. Sandy Shocks EX. If your opponent has if they've taken
two prizes.
2 prizes. Okay, I couldn't remember. I was like 3 prizes. If they've taken 2 prizes, you can accelerate a fighting energy to this Pokemon, which is great acceleration, because you just discarded that fighting energy with the Solrock and Lunatone. So shove it to the bin, put it back, Sada, or just naturally attach return. You've got like the synergy is all there, and it's only possible because you are doing it with the Lunatone and Solrock.
Yep.
Because if you were just like throwing into the bin because you're like, oh, I needed Ultra Ball, throw it in there, I'm not getting any value from that. With this, you're getting value from it. And that's immediately good. So that's why I would actually say it's not a bad card right now. I like it. I think it's kind of spicy.
We are optimizing moves with less conventional cards.
Yes. And that I would agree with. All Pokemon need love. You know what I mean?
Sandy
Shock is that guy that needed love. Twilight Masquerade set, when it first came out, Sandy Shocks, not that good. Mega Evolutions, it's kind of good. Because now, we talked about this off screen, it can actually one-shot a Mega Kangaskong without all of the energy because of weakness. And it's just, what's the base power on it? I can't remember
200.
Specifically.
200.
Yeah, 200. So it's in 400. That's pretty good.
So that hits the Kangaskhan version with the Buffalo.
Yep.
It also just hits a regular one with a Hero's Cape on it, or your Brave Charm. So Brave Charm and Lively Stadium puts it at 380. We still swinging that.
Yeah. And like if you're not hitting that, I guess you can just go to Bolt and just hit 450. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, the big plus was that it only hits 200. So in general, it's not going to be the biggest target for your opponents to take out. But it does not remove the energies. So you have the problem here of, well, do I KO the active with the energies, or do I KO the guy that can KO me and leave the energies on the board?
Yeah. And it puts your opponent in a very weird position, which I do like. I love putting my opponents in weird positions because it's essentially like a checkmate. You know, it's like you have to deal with this that I'm presenting you right now, but I also have this in the backfield that's immediately going to deal with what you just dealt with.
Yeah, that's looming over. I mean, that's something that's literally gaining energy for that Raging Bolt to use. Yeah. I mean, and like you guys are saying, even if someone does target it because it's got 3 fightings on it, for whatever reason that it still has 3 fightings on it, you that bolt that you just pushed to the back, you just find a way to get that energy back out again. And, okay, all I need to do is get 4, boom. 2 more, 8 Ogre Pawn, Teal Mask. I mean, there's so many different ways to get that energy on the board.
And it is a Sada target, so you do not have to worry about.
Yes, it is an ancient.
Yeah, it's an ancient. So you have attached return, the ability acceleration, and Sada. Like
for anybody out wondering, it's called magnetic absorption.
Yeah, and I think the one time that you did stall up was when you only had 1 ancient Pokemon down, so your Sada's not really full potential. Or you drew the energy that you wanted to Sada. I think those are the only times that you've really faltered with that and still found a way to come through because of all the freaking draw.
Bench management is a little tough because of how many pieces you want on the board, but that's where those now if you prize both Teal Masks, I don't know what to tell you. You better be hyper aggressive. That's about the only thing I can say. But really, in general, nobody wants to target the teal mask because it never holds any energies. Yeah, Flareon.
Unless you're Flareon.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing.
Yeah. Flareon will want to go after it because it's an easy target. But other than that, it's not really anything anybody wants to go after because it never holds any energies because you rip it off as soon as it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a night stretcher away. Like, you'd rather make me need 3 pieces. If you KO the Bolt, you have to get the Bolt back, the Sada, the extra energy for attachment, and get it back into the active. So you need 4 pieces versus Night Stretcher Teal Dance has got an energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about earlier, is that probability that you always want to keep in mind. Like Tiger said, it's like, do you want them to have for them to need 1 card or 6 cards? Guess what? If you're doing your prize mapping correctly, you should make them want to need 6 cards. You know,
make them put that puzzle together. Yeah.
Yes, you want to force them with the worst possibility at all times. Especially if you're not just like Unga Bunga deck and you are ahead on pricing. Like, if you're ahead on pricing, you don't need to worry about it. It's like, I guess I'll take a knockout. Cool, you take a knockout. Cool, I take a knockout. You take a knockout. I take a knockout. Cool, game over. But if you're playing something like Bolt, it's like these are the things you want to watch out for.
Yeah, you need to. And then for anybody who was going and finding it and looking at it and whatnot, yes, you still have a bad Guardy matchup, but it's not as bad as it used to be with this version because you can fight with rocks every other turn. You go take a big KO, they KO you smack them with a rock. So it is a little closer, but it's still probably 60-40. You're still not winning that unless you can get a good, aggressive baby Bolt snipe.
Yeah. And I will say, like, force them to have the Screamtail. Force them to, like, say, oh, it's not in prizes, right? Because if you could just keep punching it with the rocks and they don't present you with a Rare Candy Guardy Screamtail, keep punching with the rocks.
Exactly. Make them need it.
Yeah.
All right.
So and like we were saying off camera, sorry, Sean, I didn't.
No, you're good. You're good. Go, Tyler.
Like we were saying off of camera, I am not a huge believer in Bolt. In this current format, disclaimer, Bolt is all I ran a few formats ago. When Lost Box rotated, Bolt was what I won my first cup with. It's what I won another cup with, and it's what I finished my max cup with. Like, I have three cup wins with Bolt. I love Bolt. However, just it hasn't been feeling right. It has terrible matchup spreads. But with this list, I like it. I think it changes the momentum of Bolt's game. I've seen a lot of people like throw in like different Terras, like Wellspring, and like just adding extra stuff like water energy and like dark energy into a Bolt list. I don't think that synergizes well. I think that's just cope. But with this makes everything synergize better. I think I could see this being like a new Bolt version that sticks. Because there was a time where Cornerstone was in Bolt and that stuck because that format was really heavy into like Dango and things with abilities, and you could just shove a Cornerstone and they didn't have an answer for it.
Right.
So Bolt stuck that way. With this, I think this changes it up because there's more draw power in Bolt and there's less liabilities. I like it.
It feels a lot more like original Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
I have Area Zero combined with rocks, which makes me feel like I have Radiant Greninja and Pokestop again.
Yep.
Yes, Radiant Greninja, my goat. I remember that in Pokestop. I was like, oh, it's so good.
So we're reaching that hour mark, but we did have one little small thing to talk about on Twitter's now. You got people talking about the A-Spec conversation because rotation is looming. We are losing Nest Ball. We had this conversation about certain A-Specs becoming more popular and rising up and some being completely useless. So what do you guys think on that?
Personally, I'm going to be the first to be sad when Nest Ball rotates.
Yeah.
It is one of one of my favorite cards. I have ran it in every single deck that I've played. It has been such a card that like I don't know the words. I'll just be sad, you know. Like, however, I will piggyback this up, and we were talking about this offline too. Is PokeNav is going to hopefully switch that up.
You mean
Pokepad?
Pokepad.
Pokepad. That's embarrassing.
You're good.
No, you're good. Pokénav is a different card, guys. Pokénav
it is
flipped through 3 cards and found you something. It was something from a while back.
I was thinking of my GLC, deck where I have Pokénav. No, definitely Poképad. So we're just gonna pretend like that it exists, rewrite the footage.
I can edit that too if I need to.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. Just continue where you're at, Tyler.
It's fine. Keep it in. But yeah, no, Poképad is going to immediately, hopefully, flip it. Granted, if you're a big basic deck like Bolt, you can't unfortunately run it because you care about basics and it's a rule box Pokemon, so it automatically does not find under the Poképad. That stinks. However, I think in decks like that, maybe Trolley comes back.
Trolley, right? Well, you had some thoughts on Trolley, and I figured that's what you were going to talk on a little bit. So
I do think Trolley will become a 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 decks A-spec because there's new Charizard. The new Charmander coming out has 80 HP. You can't pop it for it.
Yeah.
So
I will say maybe I don't think is that the after rotation, is that the only Charmander that lives? It will be
the only Charmander.
Okay.
Because we got Obsidian Flame and Mute and the 151 ones. That's it.
That's true.
Yeah, these basics seem to be getting bigger. I mean, I don't know. They used to be 60, 70, and now it looks like they're more like 80. I don't know if that's because of how a lot of the way the game's been spreading damage count. Yeah, so it's starting to climb up.
What is it? I was looking ahead a little bit at because my cousin, he's a very casual player. He wants me to help him build an Empoleon deck, and
I like it.
So there was a time where people were playing the Dunsparce in Charizard, and I was just, let's go that route with it. We're going to go with the Dunsparce and Charizard. We're going to play Crispins. We're going to play Metal and Dark Energy because the Empoleon, it's 2 metal and a colorless, swings for 210, reduces damage by 60. So 320 plus the 60 reduction is 380. And then you tank a hit, you throw 30 more back with a monkey. Now you can hit 240. Oh, wait. Who has 240 in the format right now? The only Unga Bunga man himself, Raging Bolt.
Raging Bolt.
Little bit of synergy there for anybody who's wondering how deck building works. That's the core concept. Does card 1 meet card 2 and flow with card 3?
Yep. And if you're not familiar with that concept, definitely try and go to a pre-release. Those are really good to try and just get better at deck building.
Well, I know Tiger hates pre-releases. Hates pre-releases, but you do see a lot of the early mechanics. You start to see cards start to work in conjunction. I mean, I know these 40-card decks aren't like the best thing they have built, but they do synergize really well. So if there's a new mechanic like Soul Rock Lunatone, you got to see it in action, use it, try it, and like I said, it helps give you a little early vision into what the format's going to look like with these new cards.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And if this year doesn't get any better for Tiger in his run, I've got a special deck that he can try to learn the game again. He could try starting out with these. These are very helpful in learning the game.
I got the demo decks at him.
I got to learn from the beginnings again. I can unwash myself.
Nice. All right. Well, we are definitely we're a little over the hour mark, but it's been a great episode. So,
we've had fun.
I mean, anything else you got for your fans out there, Tyler? Anybody you want to shout out, talk about anything?
I don't have any fans. All of the fans that I have are for this guy right here.
Senor Badu.
Senor Badu, he has all the fans.
And it's so. Oh, I'm hearing some feedback. It's so funny when I go to events. Actually, like people have actually come up to me and not known who I was, but they knew this guy just because they've seen him on the Twitter feed. Like that happened at the last regional, and I was like, bro,
I remember.
This is so funny. I was like, don't get me wrong. This is basically my whole personality at this point, But still, it's funny that people are like, oh, hey, Tyler, and I'm like, I've never met you before in my life. But, we know Senior Badu. Can we get a picture? Now, granted, every single one of those people that I've met and that have, wanted to take a picture with them have been absolutely sweet people. And this goes to my comment earlier. It's like, I love the community. I love the Pokemon community. And I love how naturally just sweet they are, but it's just little things like that are so wholesome that will always get me to come back and just be forever, supportive of just the community itself. It's like this little guy, just floating around. It's like, hey, can we take a picture with you? It's the comfortability, and I love that. So this little idiot, my son, is
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. Hey, well, I birthed him. I'm his father. But no, lately, all I've been doing is playing ZA. And if you aren't playing ZA, I don't know what you're doing, living under a rock, but you definitely need to do it. That's, it's incredible. I definitely feel like they knocked it out of the park with this one. But yeah, no, shout outs to obviously FCBC and gang up in Mentor. Brian's a great guy, even through everything. Has shown me nothing but kindness and to the community. So mad love for them.
I agree. Like we've said before, the bros are powered by FCBC. So I mean, we've met Brian and done a bunch of stuff up there at Rose, and it's pretty cool. So I mean, definitely the best sleeves in the game. I've been using them pretty much since we left Rose. Those have been the only sleeves I've used. I'm on my yellows now, so I'm gonna stick with green and yellow, I think.
And yes, everybody, we do know about the Alibaba thing. We do know about dual specs. We are not saying that we're all out here repping the best sleeve of the same brand of the same blah blah blah. We are powered by FCBC, which means that we are not completely sponsored. We do have a deal with them, and that is different than being an ambassador. So do not confuse the two of the same thing. We do have an ambassador on the team, Tim Tipton, but we do enjoy these sleeves. Doesn't matter where they came from. We get them from FCBC, run by Brian at Rose Poke.
The community that we like. I mean, like I said, somebody that's invited me out, like Tim said in our last episode, I hung out with him at regionals and talked to him just, dude to dude. Like, that's the type of person we want to work with, regardless of where the sleeve actually comes from. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is we're representing the community that we really thoroughly enjoy, and other people do too.
Yeah, and that's very well put. I have known Brian for the past year, and everything that he stands for is what I want to, stand for as well. Regardless of what's in the packaging, where it came from. Granted, everything right now is speculation and perception. But I'm gonna say my piece, and that's it. Like, I'm gonna stick beside who I know and what they've done for me and the community and what I've seen. Right?
Same conversation we've had, and that's exactly how we feel.
100%.
But
that's gonna be it for us, guys.
The only thing I want to say. Yeah, the only thing that I want to say, which is kind of a weird segue after everything, is the only event that I will say that is coming up closely, aside from Vegas, which is this week, is going to be in, I believe, a week and a half, 2 weeks, is the Phantasmal Flames 6K. Or 3K, I should say.
Yes. We were supposed to talk about this, so we'll hold off the sign off for a second. Yeah, so go ahead, Tyler.
That's all right, yeah. No,
this was on my notes, too. I was supposed to do it. I think we started talking meta, and I just went right past it.
No, it could be as quick as just my statement is, for anybody that is looking for a new way to play the game, play with new cards in the deck, see me and Senior Badu. We will be there at the Full Grip 3K, and we would love to see you guys. The competition is always really fun.
It is.
You could watch me bubble out of cut again.
For those that don't know, Full Grip is in Akron, Ohio, up in the northeastern side. That's actually my hometown where I grew up, was Akron. We've gone to every single 3K they've had since they've had them. I think we'll miss this one because we're down here now, but the next chance we do get to go up to one, it is a great area of competition. If you're looking to get ready for regional competition, that's where you want to go.
For anybody who doesn't know what the full Grip is, that is where Andrew Mahone, aka Tricky Jim, does his recording stuff from. So if you've ever watched one of his streams, that is where that is at. When he's doing the live streams and the commentary of little events, that's where the GLC and those 3Ks take place, is at Full Grip. So if you want to be on one of those events, that's where to go.
People were flying last time. Somebody Was it Emma that came from?
Yes.
Oh, Emma
I'm
came
not.
in.
Yeah, she flew in. There was people coming in from Florida, and I mean, I think I heard as far as Texas, someone had points that they used, so it wasn't like really hurting their pocket to fly out. Plus, they had friends out there, so it makes sense.
So with that
That's
being
why I said
said,
like.
go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm hearing some feedback.
Yeah,
The
closer you get,
competition
more.
is definitely the competition is definitely there. So people are making the trip out. So if you aren't, you should.
Now, for you, what would you put as a top 2 that you would want to see? Not necessarily what you want to play, just something cool that you would want to see be played at this preemptive Phantasmal Flame event.
So I think I'm gonna do both of it because I think it's gonna be the same thing. I think mostly all of the decks that I think that are gonna be really good are gonna have at least a 1/1 low punny build. I think, and this also kind of goes into the A-spec question, because we did kind of go over that. We skip over the A-spec question just because Trolley is Trolley. But Prime Catcher stocks are kind of down. I mean, you'll see it in like Dango maybe right now, but I think Prime Catcher goes up. And with that being said, that and Mega Low Punny are like very good friends. I think there's going to be a lot of that going into the 3K. I think it's going to be a really good combo going forward because it also has a shred attack. Yes. And shred attacks are really good into Crustle. So you put that into Dango, you're no longer worried about Crustle because you can just punch into it. And then Crustle is one of your worst matchups, if not the worst matchup.
I would probably.
So I think what I'm going to play is Dango with a low punny. I think it's better than like the Mega Mall.
That Sarah Edge with a low punny, I feel would be the best deck in format because you don't worry about. There's not a single wall you're worried about anymore. So it's the same concept with the Dango.
Yeah. I think any wall decks are actually going to be eliminated when low punny comes out because every deck will have an answer to something.
Yes, because it's a colorless Pokemon. For anybody who doesn't know what low punny does, it's kind of a reminder of Golisopod GX. It's the first attack for 1 energy is a first impression attack. Moves the active. It's 70 plus 130. 60 plus 170 equals 230. So that can one-shot any of your support Pokemon and smaller, HP Mons. And then for 2 colorless energies, it hits for, I think it's 160 as a shred attack.
I think so as well.
It's somewhere between 150 and 160.
It's actually relevant. Like, the numbers are actually relevant. I can't remember what it is. Maybe I can look it up really quick. But it is, like, the numbers, like, are incredibly good.
With Mega Low Punny, while he's looking that up, there is another surprise build. It's a straight-up Low Punny build that's coming out with the Dust Noirs.
It is 160.
Okay,
160.
So it is 160.
Yes. Shred attacks are always 160, 140, or 160, if I can remember.
Crustle has 150 HP, guys.
Yes.
But the deck that I was talking about, it's running Kangaskhan, 4 Jet Energies, 4 switches, and Dust Noirs, and it's literally just move, and blow up the board. Because Low Punny just wants to go fast. 4 Jet Energies. 4 Jets.
Yeah. And I honestly think like a Tatsugiri could be swapped in there.
Yes.
Get your supporters out of there,
Yeah. Because you're doing the swapping anyways, and you could just jet a Tatsugiri, pull it out. I mean, it's the same concept that like Charizard was trying to do for a second. Mm-hmm. But like this is better because you have so many switches.
Yes.
Like you are not worried about retreat luck at all.
It's going to remind me of old Entei Valiant. Kibbles and bits.
Kibbles and bits.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that was good. Just move, ping. Well, move, draw, ping. Move, draw, ping. Yes.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite decks. I played it to a handful of cups.
Yeah, you did.
Won a lot with that. But with that being said, so you heard it from him. He's going to be there. Bring your low punnies.
Bring your low punnies.
All the low punnies. We want
Yep.
we want those SIRs. Have you seen the SIR?
I have. I am. I'm not on the hype train of like whatever side of the low punny world you're living in.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say anything more than that. I am on the. This is actually just a good card.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, that's
This
where we are.
This is actually yes, a meta relevant card. Not any.
We will know who's who based on what art they play in their deck. The min rarity guys who end up shoving an SIR low punny in their deck. We know what kind of man they really are.
We know who you are.
All right, but guys, with that being said, plus my power saver on my computer is coming on, we're going to sign off here. It's been a great episode. Well, I want to thank Tyler for sitting down with us and yapping. Definitely was a great yap session, that's for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, getting off topic and everything with you guys is always fun.
It's always fun. But from the bros here in South Carolina, we're going to sign off. Stay lucky.
Stay lucky.